welcome back to ciLiving. Today, Ruta Rauber is here to teach you a craft and with all items that you probably already have at home. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me back.
Always. So I see that there are envelopes of junk mail. So instead of just tossing them in the recycling bin, we're going to be creative with them. So what supplies do we need today?
Well, of course, you need your envelopes. And when you open them up, you have this very nice assortment of patterns. Most of them are black, but occasionally there's a blue one. And you can obviously open them up, and using scissors, I have circle punches, but you can clearly use, a cap and trace and cut out, like old school ways. Triangles, squares, circles, rectangles, and depending on what you're doing. So in this case, we have twine.
Okay.
The little display here in the front of the table, this is just a skewer, a wooden skewer that I cut off the tip. Glue sticks, you can use colored pencils, markers to add a little more color to these since they are more monochromatic. So, and we're ready to go.
So I see, okay, so ultimately you will have all of this stuff at home. And if you don't have, say, twine, you could probably use maybe rubber bands, ribbons.
Yarn, just string, and that's, if you like curling ribbon, so just like raid your wrapping station or the garage or something. You can, it doesn't have to be, that's just what I happen to have. So, yeah, so there's all kinds of different ways of using that besides the twine.
And I like that you mentioned that you have a punch.
Right.
I think I have a heart punch, but that's the only shape that I have. So I love the idea of finding things around your home to ultimately just trace and then cut out.
Right.
So that's
so
great.
Different sizes, you can use the large off of a lid, or like a small one like this, or just look around to see what you have.
Right. Well, let's work on the garland, and then I know we have a couple of cards to make. So how are we making this garland and ribbon?
Okay, so I try to utilize the width of the envelope. So usually they're like, if you in half, they're about 3.5 inches, depending on who's sending them. So I went ahead and I cut 3-inch squares.
Okay.
And so we've started a garland here. So if you want to get going with me, what you'll do is you'll take your square.
Okay.
And then you're going to fold it in half, point to point.
A little bit of origami.
Exactly.
Getting started. Great.
Yep. Nice and clean, crisp fold.
Okay.
Then you're going to take your glue stick.
Perfect.
And then we're just going to take, and we're going to only put it on half of it.
Okay.
So just put it on one half.
I love glue stick because the purple that then turns white, so you can kind of see where you're at. See that I've missed this whole top in the very corner.
Right. Yeah.
I like that.
All right. So then what you're going to do is you're going to take your square and we're going to straddle it. So you're going to put the twine in between on the fold.
Okay.
Like that.
Nice.
And then we're just going to fold it in half.
Perfect.
And just press in place.
Oh, wow. That's so easy.
Right.
And then you have a nice little streamer banner out of all items.
As long as you want to go, right.
That would have ultimately just gone in the waste bin.
Right. And then you can decorate them with, stickers or, draw on them or however you want to decorate.
And then I see you've also made these really cute birthday cards.
So I'm a paper crafter and I love making handmade cards. So, and again, I took the envelopes and cut them up into long rectangles. And in this case, I created candles. Right. And then used the other junk mail to create the flames. Or they could be, heads or whatever you want to interpret.
Yeah, I was going to say, I might cut some of these little pieces up even further and make a little stick figure on mine. I feel like, especially when I draw, I'm the queen of stick figures. That's always sort of my base. Like, oh, okay, I need a person. So let's make it into a little stick person. And then I usually like to make my stick people have really cute little skirts. So I'll draw a little skirt on my stick person, and then I have the colored pencils. I need to glue it all down so that I can hold it up to the to the camera, but I'm gonna make a stick person on the front of mine. Maybe a just saying hi type of card. All right,
Yeah,
let's
that's
see.
great. That's a nice interpretation. And again, you could, I mean, if you wanted to take, you do a blue skirt, you could.
Oh, that's a great idea. I could take the triangles. See,
Yes.
I always learn so much from you and get such good ideas of projects to do. So let's see here. And then I'll trim off the bottom of the legs. And then I probably need a quick little blue triangle here to give her a little skirt
Yeah,
and a head.
there you go.
How fun is that? Oh, and I really like because it kind of has that Picasso-esque
Yes.
feel to it when you
Yes.
do it this way. Ruta, you are so creative. Thank you so much for
Thanks
being here and showing us
Okay,
this.
everybody start looking at your junk mail.
Exactly. It puts a whole new spin on junk mail. It's no longer junk.
Exactly.
Well, in a few minutes, if you are looking for some new activities to do with your kids while they're home this summer, John Lubinsky joins us to share some fun ideas. CI Living will be right back.